I'm Paul Page on YouTube, and this is GP Laps.
Oh, I'm back. Welcome back. Thank you, Paul Page. I hope everybody's doing well out there today. Back for more 1990 IndyCar 2. I hope you're all well. We get rid of some of the music, although it's a banger, isn't it? Welcome back. Hello. There we go. Everything's on. Back for 1990 IndyCar season. After the heartbreak of Detroit. Back for another road round with the Portland Grand Prix. And it should be a good one. I like this track. I'm facing the wrong direction. I know. It's a little bit weird, huh? I'm getting used to it. I'm still undecided if I'm going to keep stuff like this. The banger bangs. Hey, Bacho. Hey, Ascari. 22 months. Oof. Really getting up there. It's almost 22 months, almost as long since I did the last one of these. I'm in the same room. I just kind of swapped my whole rig around specifically to make it easier for me to get in and out, because previously I've been climbing over my shifter and stuff, and it was getting old. But I don't know. It feels so weird to be sitting in the other direction, so I might change it back. We'll see. But for today, this is the direction you're going to have me in, so I hope you can put up with it. We're back, IndyCar Racing 2. If you haven't been here so far, this is a sim from 1995. And it's such a gem. And we've been simulating the 1990 season. And did the 89 season before that. And now we're in the 90 season, and it's not been going to plan. We'll take a look at the championship. Continue on. So we're on round 6 already. It's taken me about a year to get to round 6. But we're at Portland. We're on the streets of Detroit downtown last time out, and man, I thought I had a good chance, at least at a top 3, if we look at the results from that. But my car broke after just 23 laps of the 62 lap race. We had, well, I forget what the failure even was at this point. But nothing I could have done. Maybe could have revved a little less or something, but it just seems like one of those things on a street track, your car breaks sometimes. So DNF'd after starting on the pole. Was able to get 1 point at least for that pole position. Drive shaft, that's what it was, you're right. Prague. Was a drive shaft failure, but yeah, couldn't do anything. And then unfortunately we had to sit and watch as Michael Andretti went on. Michael Andretti went on to lead 36 laps and had a good battle for a while with Allenser Jr. But Allenser Jr. ended up having failures. There were a ton of mechanical failures, which is very believable for that track. But Michael Andretti led the most laps, won the race, picked up another 21 points and extended his championship lead. It's been a tough season so far. I had a good finish at Phoenix behind Michael Andretti though, and some issues at Long Beach. Was able to finish though. Indianapolis DNF, Milwaukee almost had a good run there, but had a wreck late. Was able to finish it still, and then Detroit a DNF. So not been a good season. I'm still hunting for my first win. And we come to Portland, and I did review the 89 race that we did here, and I could have won that race, and I made a couple driving errors that took me out of it. And so I'm hoping that I can take the speed I had from last season, but race a little bit more consistently. And I think I've got the pace at Portland here to win today. Fingers crossed. I don't know. It's a lot before we get there. Portland's a long race. If we look at the points, though, it's really a battle for second. Unless Michael starts having some serious mechanical issues, it seems like it's really his championship. 91 points, 3 wins, 5 out of 5 top 5s so far. I mean, at some point he's going to have some issues, because that's how this sim works. You have random failures and things. At some point, Michael is not immune to the same things that myself and a lot of the other drivers have had. So he should at some point have a failure during a race, and I hope Hope it's kind of soon, or else this championship's looking quite wrapped up. But Ari Leindyke there in second. It's actually kind of surprising he's up in second. He did win the 500 in 1990, so I guess it makes sense. Bobby Ray Hall back in third. Allenser Jr. right in front of me, just 1 point ahead of our driver, Ryan Axelson, fifth position. Ahead of Emerson Fittipaldi just by a few points. It's really a wide open race for second. I mean, 50 sounds like a lot in front, but that can easily swing. It's only 8 points ahead of myself, so yeah, the fight for second position continues, I guess. All right, Portland International Raceway. This is a great track. It's a 104-lap race today, and I'm going to do a quick couple laps of practice just to make sure all feels good. It's 104 laps today, which is a long race. I feel like a very long race compared to some of the other ones. It should be around 2 hours, I guess, but it just feels like it's so much longer. And this track, compared to Detroit, a much easier circuit, but there's still some problematic areas that we'll have to watch out for today. Specifically, as we come down here, turn number 1. This is what really took me out of the race last season, the '89 season. In some traffic, I think I hit Scott Pruitt or something and nosed it into the barrier over there. So that chicane, it's not quite as sharp as it is these days, but it is really, really tricky. We'll come through the double right-handers, triple right-handers actually. It's just a tough area to get right. I made another mistake here last year where I ran off into the grass off the left. That is one of the big issue zones as well. Just the track is so narrow here, passing traffic and everything, and trying to make that all work. So just staying on the black stuff will be a really big thing to watch out for, just making sure I get to the end of this race. I'm also going to try to be as gentle as I can on the car. We're going to be shifting at 12,500 RPMs and just being really, really nice to it. Come through the final corner. This is another one, that tire wall on the left there. If you run a bit wide, you are absolutely going into that wall, so you need to be really careful there. But some nice long straights. Turn 1 here is probably the best passing zone. You can really hammer on the brakes. IndyCar 2 doesn't, you don't lock up tires in IndyCar 2, so you can just go full brakes if you needed to. It really does upset the car balance-wise, so it's not necessarily faster to do that, but you can get away with quite a lot in the braking. Was the chicane really that fast? I think it was. They increased the chicane's tightness over the years. So back in the 89, 90 time frame, this track should be pretty accurate to the time period. It's another one of Pavel's masterpiece circuits for this sim. Coming here, this is another high commit zone to set good laps and qualify and everything. Just through the end of the lap, come onto the front stretch. Yeah, I think this game looks great for 95. Oh, and there's some really exciting stuff happening. I don't want to get too excited because there's still so much to go, but there's some exciting forum threads over at Race Sim Central as well as Vogons where somebody is finally working on a rendition graphics card wrapper, which if you're not familiar with what that is, a graphics card wrapper is a way for modern graphics cards to kind of speak to older or alternate graphics card APIs. And basically what that means is we could potentially emulate the rendition version. Let's just squeak up the inside of one of the Newman Haas cars there. We could potentially very soon emulate the rendition version of IndyCar 2, which was a special edition that came out really right towards the end of the shelf life of IndyCar 2, and it featured a graphics accelerator, and that's going to allow us to run potentially high-resolution graphics. This game runs at 640 by 480, that's why it's so pixelated. Potentially we could run it at like a modern resolution, which would be wild. Also have some like anti-aliasing and all that fun stuff that comes with graphics acceleration. So fingers crossed that happens. Man, that would be so wild to see more pixels happening in IndyCar 2. But there's a good thread over at Race Sim Central right now where the person that's developing the rendition wrapper is specifically looking for that version of this game to test it with and fix potential issues and all that. Whoa, we'll come around Jeff Wood there. Or Dean Hall. Was that Dean Hall? Yeah, I mean, if it had force feedback, that would be the trifecta. But if I could even play it at a slightly higher resolution, I would be really, really happy. I think it would just help folks see how fun and great this sim actually is. So fingers crossed that actually happens, and I will be the first person to let everybody know if it does, I'm sure. All right. Yeah, I mean, even if you just had a few more pixels on the screen, like it's never going to look like a modern game, but I think a slightly increased resolution would very much help just how you can, how you see it, you know, make it a little bit easier for folks to actually see what's going on and see the great work that folks have put into it over the years. So we'll see. I don't know. It's one of those things where the rendition version of this game is very buggy overall anyway, and so it was kind of a beta or like a I don't know what you'd call it, some kind of graphics test just to show people what graphics acceleration could do. But Papyrus quickly moved on from it and you know, started working on the NASCAR titles and 3DFX and all that. So, all right, enough talk about graphics. Someday maybe we'll see this in higher resolution. We're gonna jump into qualifying. I'm gonna load my same setup and put just a little less fuel in it. All right, so qualifying is going to be important here. Got to try to get up the grid a decent amount. We'll see what the times are right now. Like always on, excuse me, I have this cough that I just can't get rid of. On road circuits, the cars are still out there circling, so they're going to qualify as I do. But it looks like top times right now, 59 seconds. I think I did around that last season, so hopefully we can get up towards the front. Do I add some? Yeah, I have a little bit of centering spring force, but that's it, really. There's no force feedback in this, so it's really just a little bit of weight to the wheel. The natural damper is what I have on, just to give it, you know, so it's not totally free spinning, but otherwise, it's all just what you see. Morning went golfing. All right, so we'll come in. We got 10 minutes here to try to do as many laps as I can and try to get up towards the front. Try to get a banker in just to get in front of the really slow traffic. That's right, Bacho, the bungee cord. That's the wheels that were out around this time. The Thrustmaster had bungee cords that actually, you know, were the weight in the steering wheel. Chris Hay has a great video on fixing one of those up, the original Thrustmaster F1 wheels. And if you had a wheel at the time, I played this contemporary times when this was the most modern sim. I was on the keyboard. I never played this with a joystick until much later. All right, we'll come out of the final corner though, get that boost up, and start our qualifying here. Hoping to get sub 1 minute lap. That would be great. Come through the first of these. You kind of want to miss the apex on that first one. Grab it on the second. I didn't quite get there. Down to second gear. It's so tough to get the line right through those corners. Down to second gear. This is a great passing zone for the race. This turn onto the back straight. And then, of course, slipstreaming down this back straightaway. But it curves forever to the right. So it's one of those corners that... one of those straights where you can get the slipstream, but it's a little hairy, especially coming into this section. We'll get it down a couple gears. Just a bit easy here. Try to get this lap. See where I'm at pace-wise. Understeer there into the final corner. Click up one notch on the rear bar just to get it to turn a bit better. All right. Whoa, there we go. Already sub 1 minute lap. That didn't take long. Up to 6. See if we can better that now. You know, as boring as it would be to watch, I could very much use a race where I just kind of run away from everybody and we just have a nice, calm drive. We'll see, though. I love how we have one of the mountains in the background. Is that Mount Rainier, probably? In the distance? Bacha, you'll know. Which mountain can you see from Portland International Raceway? It's got to be Mount Rainier, right? This would have been after Mount St. Helens blew its top, so think it's that one. Oh, a little bit hot there into the final corner. I got to watch the spin, too. It's pretty easy to spin the car out. Mount Hood? Okay. Second, just behind Danny Sullivan. Come on. I think I can pick up even some more pace. Might be able to get pole here again for 2 races in a row. A little bit hot there into whatever corner that is, 3. Can I attack the curbs? You can attack the curbs, but can I get the car to go where I want it to go? Sometimes I can. It's really tough. It's so tough to be precise in this game because you don't have force feedback. I think the amount of measurements it has in the wheel isn't super high, so it's just hard to get the car to do it. Get the car to do what you want it to do. There we go. Hit the curb a little bit there. This might be a better lap. Down a couple of gears into the final corner. Just at about half session now. Haven't seen another car yet. We got a bunch of cars in the pits. Across the line. There it is, 58.9. All right, we'll keep going for it, just in case they improve, but that's half second quicker than second place. I think that's quicker than my time last season as well. I'm getting better. Despite this rough season, maybe I'm actually getting better at this. Last race, though, if you remember, I got pole, was able to get out to a lead at the start, and then they started coming from behind, like Danny Sullivan and Michael Andretti. And so very much could happen here today. Gotta mix that up at the end there. Well, you can see one car ahead. Come across the line, though. I don't think this is going to be any quicker. Now, it's a bit slower. I lost a couple tenths there in that final section. Ooh, Allenser Jr. jumps up into second, but still quite a ways off. Maybe the car does not break. Yeah, that's the hope. I'm going to do everything I can today to drive it gently, especially if we're in the lead. Shift nice and early, right at like 12,000 RPM. But the racing gods, the mechanic gods will have to be on my side, I think. Almost lost the rear end a couple times there. It's crazy how, even though there's no force feedback, I can still like feel the car, but it's all visual. Yeah, it's going to be a bit slower. I don't know if I'll be able to pick up now. We got a few cars coming out of the pits. AJ Foyt in front. I'm just going to practice passing some lap traffic here. And maybe do a pit stop entry, but I think I might have the pole here secured unless somebody else improves. Yeah, getting around lap traffic today is going to be another issue, like always. Hello to Jamaica. Man, I've been to Jamaica when I was like 12 years old. Really beautiful place. Welcome. Snake through, get past AJ. All right, I might have clear track here, so maybe do another lap. I'm driving a Lola Cosworth. All right, let's try one more lap here. Down a second gear, get it through the chicane. That was decent. Just a little bit tentative there through all the right-handers. Such a long right-hander. This track's very disorienting, I've found. It's so hard to understand kind of how it loops on itself. So you're always turning and curving, and Yeah, very narrow track, especially for getting around the lapped cars. It's going to be a doozy today. I'm not sure that first section was good enough to improve my time, but we'll see here. Oh, it looks like Danny Sullivan's gotten down to a 59.3. Still, though, 4/10 in front. Or it's Unser Jr.'s now, 59.3. My bad. All right. I'm not going to improve, I don't think. I could do another lap or so, but I think I've got the pole. I'm going to come around and practice a pit stop entry. So understeer onto the grass there. Hopefully I don't regret not pushing again for another lap, but 58.9 is a pretty good lap. Oh, so easy to run wide on this track, run off the circuit. See one car behind me, don't want to hold them up on their qualifying lap. All right, we'll push here towards the end because I do want to try a real pit entry. This will be about the fuel level that I'd pit at. I look sleep deprived, oh no. I'm just old. Ooh, that was weird. I had force feedback for a second. It's very odd feeling. All right, coming to the pits. Just Fanatec saying hello. There we go. Right into the pit lane. Yeah, I'm the only one in the 58s. We'll wait for the time to run out because I do want to give everybody a chance to finish their laps. Fair is fair. But it looks like we might have the pole. There comes one of the Newman Haas's in. That might be Andretti or Michael. It's definitely an Andretti. Bobby Rahaal's coming in. Everybody's pitting. Session's pretty much over now. We'll give it another minute for everybody to finish their laps. There goes Ari coming in. King Hero. What you got, little Al? I don't know who won this actual race. Let me look real quick. While we're waiting for the session to finish. The reason I'm sitting in the car too is if you exit, it kind of pauses everything. So, all right, look at 1990. Who won Portland here? Michael Andretti. No. I think Cup should run at Portland. I think Portland is an underrated U.S. circuit. You don't see it come up as much as I think it should. I don't know if it's because they don't have the infrastructure. I know they host an Indycar race and they have some NASCAR stuff, but I don't know if they have the infrastructure maybe to have really big events, and maybe that's why we don't see like IMSA go there. But it's such a cool track. I really love the flow of it. The chicane, I think the chicane kind of spoils it, and I kind of wish these days if they could expand the runoff into what would be turn one and return this to the original layout. I think that would be incredible. But what engine would I want to see coming to IndyCar? I don't know. I mean, any. Ford would be cool just to have, the other big U.S. manufacturer, Toyota or something as well, but I just don't see it happening. They had ALMS. Yeah, I wish there was more racing here because there are a lack of tracks in the Pacific Northwest, and this is probably one of the most capable of hosting a large event. So it'd be cool for the folks up there like Bacho to have it. All right, that's the session. That is the session. And so we'll commit to it. Ryan Axelson on the pole. I'm on the pole. The 58.9. 4/10 up from Allenser Jr. in second. Danny Sullivan back in third. Michael Andretti starts fourth, so we might hear from him today. And Teo Fabi in the Porsche starting fifth. So pretty good top five. We'll have to see how Michael is today. Maybe he won't have the pace and he'll fall back. So wishful thinking. We'll see. Teo Fabi, though. Okay, so Ari Leyendag back in sixth. Raul Boisel from Rick Mears, the last car to get under 1 minute time. We got Emerson Fittipaldi then, who I'm racing for the championships, for second place at least, so he's pretty far back. John Andretti, Scott Goodyear, Bobby Rahal, Mario all the way back in 13th position. Eddie Cheevers, 14th. Dominic Dobson, he's been having a quiet, good season, this one. But back in 15th, we'll see where he finishes today. If we look further down the grid, Randy Lewis in 16th, Scott Brayton, 17th, Mike Groff back in 18th, AJ Foyt starting 19th from Roberto Guerrero. Now we're getting into the soup back here. Roberto Guerrero, Hiro Matsushita in 21st, Jeff Wood for Dean Hall, Tony Bettenhausen Jr., and Didier Thays rounds out the field. 25 cars here. That's, I think, the real number that ran. Yeah. So 29 cars around this course. There's going to be plenty of traffic and stuff today to contend with, but that's a pretty solid grid, I'd say. All right. So we'll jump in just quickly, load my setup and all that to get ready for the race. All right, so it's 104 laps today. It's a long race. I think I can do about 40 laps on a tank of fuel. And so if it goes green the whole time, which it very well may not, although there's a lot of runoff here, so I think chances of a yellow flag are potentially lower than some other tracks. But if it went green all the way, we'd get to maybe lap 40, then lap 80, and we would have like a 24-lap sprint to the end. So we could almost take a half tank of fuel to do that last run, maybe like 25 gallons or so. If it has a yellow flag at some point, we'll have to make a judgment. I think I've got that like 25 laps to play with. So if we're at least 20 laps into the race or something, we can probably take a pit stop and then make it to the end and stuff. So we'll have to judge it as it comes. But main goals today are just, I think I've got the pace to win this. So staying clean, making sure we don't hit any lapped cars, making sure I'm shifting at the right times and not blowing up the car. And we'll have to see how it works out. I appreciate everybody being here. I hope it's a good race today. We need a good one to at least cement second place in the championship, but we'll have to see how it goes. All right, so we'll get started. The Portland Grand Prix, round 6 of the 90 season. We'll put it on one boost for the pace lap. Starting alongside Allenser Jr. here. Hopefully can get the jump on him on the start. I'm going to click one rear bar out of it just to be safe. I feel like the car can get a little dancy through the corners. I want to make sure I don't spin out or something. Danny's right behind me. He's been quick. Danny Sullivan has been very quick for a lot of the season. Yeah, as you guys have kind of figured out at this point, usually the game picks like 1 or 2 cars to be very fast. Once in a while, you'll get a race where it doesn't pick any of them, and you'll be faster. But it kind of picks from the top drivers, 1 or 2 of them that are going to be very quick during the race, and we'll have to contend with them. So I just hope it's not Michael, and I can actually, if not win, finish in front of him for once. That would be great. And as always with these, if I don't get to that first pit stop because the game does something weird, the AI do something very unpredictable and kind of ruin the immersion, then we will restart. But if it's my fault, or if it feels like a natural thing, we will take the DNF. Once we get through that first pit stop, though, everything is very much just, we're at the mercy of the racing gods. All right, come around, boost is back up. Come around the final corner, we wasted about 0.3 of a gallon. We'll come through to start. The Portland Grand green flag. Wasn't even able to say it. Allenser Jr. gets the jump with Michael Andretti as well. What the heck? All right, come down to the first corner. Should be nice and easy here. Opening lap, nice and easy. Don't hit anybody. Ari's coming up the inside. Able to hold it, though, on the outside. Michael and Allenser Jr. get the jump on me. That doesn't seem fair. Where's the stewards? Threw the green flag, like, right away, too, which I was not expecting. All right, we're going to have to do this the hard way, then. We'll come through, though, get it on the back section of the course. I think I'm actually pulling in Michael here. Maybe he can go for the pass. Do I have a little speed on Michael today? Up the outside. Oh, it's the long way around. Makes it tricky as we'll come to this very fast switch section. Just be nice and careful here. Opening laps. Oh, we made contact. Michael spins behind me. Oh, I hear him hit the wall. I can't believe that happened. All right. Just focus forward. Got to shake that off. I think I got away without any damage. Yellow flag is out. We'll crank the boost back down. We're not going to pit. Yellow flag will be for Michael. We'll get caught up to the pace car and we'll take a look at that. Oh, I'll run off into the grass. Let's be careful here. I'm like so worked up over that first lap. Michael Andretti will be fuming from that. I think I had the line there, Michael. We'll take a look at the replay in a second, but I'm going to have to say, from my driving perspective, that looked very much like him. He should have backed out of that. Fair, yeah. Oh my God. This sim is so fun. Absolutely love it. If anything else happens, that's still worth the... if the whole race goes terribly from here, that was still worth everything. All right, we'll come through. I think we'll catch up to the pace car here. We just caught the pace car after it passed the line, or just got the yellow flag then, so. There it is. You can see the pace car will all bunch up here. All right, so it's a very early caution. This is going to help extend the first stint a bit. But we're definitely not going to pit. There's no sense in pitting right now. All right, do we want to take a look quickly at that accident? Just try not to hit anything on the keyboard. All right. Yeah. We're going to check the replay. I just want to make sure we get caught up to the pace car and all that are controlled in a slow. All right, we're going to watch coming onto the back straightaway for the first time and see how everything went. All right, so I got a good run on him coming here onto the backstretch, and I took the long way. This is not easy to get, alongside like that. Coming down into the corner, it's really tough camera angle. I mean, he's sticking it in there, being very aggressive on the opening lap. That's got to be. We'll watch it from his onboard, but Michael is being very optimistic there. He thinks he's got the position covered. I mean, what's he doing? Trying to squeeze me? Yeah. Michael, what were you thinking? Hits the wall. I think that's going to be a DNF from Michael Andretti. A DNF from the championship leader. I really got to do well now. We'll look quickly down the standings. Michael Andretti out. Last place finish for him. He's going to be fuming over that. But I have to say that's your fault, Michael. You should not have tried that move. So it's only been a lap, but it's already a very interesting race. And now I gotta do everything I can to have a good result here. Sitting in second position, I don't think I've got any damage or anything. Surely in real life you would want to pit to check the car over after contact like that, but I think we're all right here in the game. Hopefully, weird things can cause mechanical failures in this game, and I hope that doesn't increase my chances of getting one. But he's not going to repeat his real-life successes here and win today. All right, hopefully we get the one to green this time by, so we can just get into the rhythm of things. It's going to be a long race today, so I really need points. I need points because any point I get today, I got the 1 point for pole, but any point I get today is going to be gaining on him. Potentially I could get like 22 points if everything worked out. All right, one lap till green. Yeah, hopefully I got no penalties coming. Just be nice and careful here. I don't want to run into the back of Al Unser Jr. on the pace lap. This will extend this stint a little bit, though. So it might make it a little bit past 40 laps. as far as we can make it. You know, just kind of keep a. I think it'll make sense to push it as far as possible and see if we can really reduce the time on pit lane for that last stop. If we can get past lap 84 at the end of the race, we'll only need to take a half tank of fuel, which will make the stop much quicker. Much quicker. Yeah, I have to be good on the start here. I just don't want to hit Axelson Jr. I don't know what kind of pace I have against him. He was pretty far ahead, but you know, I was wrestling there for a minute with Michael, so maybe once we get going, I'll have the pace on him. Certainly seemed like in qualifying I had the whole field covered, so we'll see. Yeah, turn the boost on. All right, come through the final corner. Green flag is out. I got a bit of a run on him. Come down to turn one. All right, able to get through there. Stream is freezing. Hold on, I'll fix it. I'll see if I can fix it. Get through the first series of corners. We'll see. I don't think it's me, to be honest. So hopefully YouTube's not having an issue. But let me see if I can change something here. We'll see if that does anything for you. All right. To miss a gear while I'm fiddling with settings. All right. Yeah, apologies if it's freezing. I've got no issues on my end. It says everything's fine. All right, we'll come around the final corner though. Just trying to make sure I don't shift too late. I was looking back at my race at Detroit, and I don't think it was the issue, but I was sometimes, you know, shifting on the red light on the car, which, you know, you should be able to do, but maybe not. So I've got Danny Sullivan right behind me. Just got to watch my mirrors here. Axelson Jr. is not slow. He's definitely not slow. We'll see if I can put together a few laps now. My car is very heavy right now. Very heavy with fuel, so maybe once we burn off a little fuel, I'll pick up a little pace. Yeah, he does look fast. Just trying to be careful here. It's so easy to throw the car off the track. Danny's keeping me worried though in the mirrors. Sullivan's looking towards the inside as we come down to turn one. The chicane, he's going to throw it in there. All right, it's okay. It's a long race to go. Sullivan's got a lot of pace then, able to make the pass. They're pulling away from me a little bit, but I'm not going to worry yet. Just got to try to get through the beginning of the stint. Remember, once we get to lap traffic, the whole race kind of changes as well. Is the car damaged? You know, that's not a bad shot. Maybe it is damaged a little bit. but he's got a lot of pace. I'm not that much slower than Allister Jr., but Sullivan that appears to be very quick. Yeah, I mean, I would love to finish as high up as I can, but finishing is the most important thing. Any points I get today are more points than Michael Andretti's getting. All right, things are settling a little bit. They're not running away quite as much as they were two laps ago. Right out to the outside there. I got to be really careful of that. 96 laps to go. It's a lot of laps today. Trying to balance the car through the first section. I'm just really worried about hitting the grass. I watched back a bit of the 89 race just to get a feel for how the whole race progressed, and it's what did me in ultimately. I had a great lead and everything, and just touching the grass sent the car wide. Lost some time, was able to gather it back up, but then got into the mix with everybody, and it didn't go well from there. Losing a little bit of time to these guys, but I'm stick to it. We're not so far back though. Once we catch traffic again, it's really gonna change. Just got to get into a groove here. Finishing this one is the most important thing. We got Emo behind me. Get it on the backstretch there. I think I pulled in Danny just slightly this lap. All right, 6 gear flat out. 2 gears down for this fast section. You can carry a lot more speed through there, but you also have a lot more risk. Run a bit wide into the final corner. Yeah, everybody's about the same speed. I'm not that much slower than them. And as my fuel burns off, it might come my way. Very balanced today. Nicely through the first section. I love when they get up on the curbs. You're either 45 degrees or you're nothing in this. This game, if you didn't know, doesn't simulate 6 degrees of freedom, so the cars actually can't go up and down. You can't like flip a car over or anything like that. Ugh. Car got a little loose there coming onto the backstretch. Yeah, this is going to get really tricky coming into traffic. You're so packed up that you have to both try to get around the traffic well, but also watch the other cars trying to pass you. Coming to the final corner there, still a bit wide. Watching my braking markers. Just don't over-brake yourself, out-brake yourself. Better here coming out of the backstretch. Car's still sliding a little bit coming through that corner. I am short shifting slightly, which is hurting my acceleration, but I just really want to be careful with the engine today. Just worried that, I don't know, after the mechanical failure last time out, I'd really love to finish a race here. All right, under 30 gallons. This is when the car really starts to perform. Pulled in 3/10 on Allen Jr. that lap. No lap traffic yet. A little bit surprised. But yeah, Emmo's not leaving me alone behind. John Andretti too, he's right up here. Top 5 are under a blanket together. Yeah, they do keep it very tidy through the chicane. I gained so much there on Sullivan. All right, game on. It's early in the race, so I don't need to do any kind of crazy maneuver. But I would love to get in front so I can just do the lap traffic by myself and obviously lead the most laps today. That would be ideal. Well, understeering there a little bit. The car is not the most comfortable. I might think of making a wing adjustment. It doesn't feel balanced. I'm understeering in some corners and oversteering in other ones. It feels almost like an aero oversteer. So I'm wondering if I actually either add some rear wing or remove a little front wing on the pit stop. Now, I'm sorry if the stream's dropping. I haven't dropped a single frame, so it's YouTube. All right, I'm right with these guys. Pace is good. It's not much faster, if at all. All right, 89 laps to go. Getting towards half tank of fuel. All right, there we are, lapped cars. I was wondering where they were going to be. So maybe the lap traffic isn't quite as slow as it always is. The field itself is just close here. But this will spice things up a bit. I got to be really careful here. We got Emmo right on me. Right out to the edge. Just watch for them to get through the traffic and figure out a way to not lose time doing it myself. Here comes Emmo behind me. Kind of fade to block him just a little bit. Oh boy, this is getting really interesting. I gotta be really careful. Danny's being held up behind Dean Hall here. Emmo's gonna be all over me. Understeer a bit there. Everybody's stacking up. Oh, come on. This is going to get really, really tricky. See if I can follow Danny through past Dean Hall at least. He's going to get checked up behind. Here comes Emmo. I'm going to lose out. got John Andretti on my right side as well. Oh, man. Passed by a couple cars there. Come down the front stretch 3 wide. See if I can out-drag him, maybe. This is not going to be nice. So we'll head down to turn 1. John's able to get around him. Try to brake nice and late. Oh, man, John, what are we doing? That was so sketchy. Get up the left side of John. He's going to carry the speed into the corner. It's so hard to go side by side with AI in this sim that you have to be really defensive. I just have to be so careful not to damage the cars. It's unfortunate to lose time, lose spots, but more important that I stay in the race and see if I can get it back later. Jeff Wood here in front now. So I'm back to 5th, but I have a little bit of a gap behind me, it seems, to whoever's in 6th. Get a little bit of a run here down to turn 1. I really do not like the chicane and passing cars. I can see why I had an accident here last season. Just got Bettenhausen there. Andretti jumps the curbing. Bettenhausen there sweeping. Could have really gone for that. Let's see if I can pass Bettenhausen here, at least on the backstretch. I'm not that quick in a straight line, which is proving difficult with the lap traffic. They're able to get in front of him at least. Very, very nervous getting through the traffic. It's so hard. Yeah, Sullivan and Allens are still battling it out up there. Emo a little further back, stretching the field out just a little bit. King Hero here in front of me. Let's see if I can do that move. He's going to fade to the left, maybe. All right, dive up the inside. So that's a safe move, I think, getting around in that corner, and that saves me the heartache of trying to pass on this straight. All right, clear some of the slowest cars. We're at a half tank of fuel. See what lap I'm at. Should have about 20 laps back in it before I have to pit. Yeah, it's been a pretty exciting race so far. There's a lot going on here. Michael Andretti's out of the race if you missed the very start. We made contact on lap 1, and somehow I didn't get damage, and he hit the wall. So, very opportunistic move by him to try to get a position back right off the line. Yeah, good gap behind. We'll do this. Rick Mears is behind me, but he's pretty far off, 10 seconds. So just focus forward now, see if I can get back to these guys just a little bit now that we're out of the heavy traffic. Yeah, we're actually burning fuel a little bit faster than I was thinking we would. Laps to go, so we're 20 laps in, a little over 20 laps in. 6.5 seconds back. We're all packing up again. Didier Day's up there. I think Andretti's trying to get up the inside of him. really do not like passing cars in the chicane in turn one, unless I can really outbrake them and know that I've got the corner, but they're so erratic through that chicane that it's very, very frightening. Thay's in front here, stuck up behind him. I don't really know where to pass lap traffic through this first section. It's just so narrow here. He's not so slow, but I am going to lose a little bit of time to the cars in front. Get up the inside of Thay's though. It's still sketchy, but able to make the passes there at least. You need to know why I'm so scared around AI. Go watch the Indy 500 from this from this season. It's exactly why. You just have to be very sure of what they're going to do and what you're going to do. Running out wide. It's my bad. It's all right. Another pack of cars in front. Yeah, they're all packed up in some heavy, heavy traffic. Getting towards the bottom of the tank now. It's so interesting. I was so fast last season here, and I feel slow today. I'm using the same setup from last season too. Maybe I'm not driving as well, I don't know. $80 laps to go. All right, Roberto Guerrero in front. 6 seconds off the lead, so I'm really not that far behind the leader. Everybody's very packed up today. I mean, the chances of all 5 of us finishing this race without another mechanical is pretty low, so we might be able to pick up some positions just off of that. But I just need to run my own race here and see what I can get out of it. Get alongside Guerrero. Flash back to Long Beach. Get him into the final section here. Scott Brayton in front. Oh, he's so slow. 5 seconds now, though. I gained a second, even passing Guerrero there. 3 gallons. Yeah, it's almost a gallon a lap. It's slightly more, so I was thinking we might get about 40 laps, but even with the yellow flag, I'm still not quite going to get there. All right, cars are pitting. That might be a DNF of sorts. I don't know who that was. Doesn't look like. Oh, it was Johnny Andretti. Did the Porsche have a Porsche moment? Were they already pitting for strategy? That's interesting. Doesn't say he's out yet. Man, we have quite the gap to the cars behind. It looks like Johnny Andretti's out of the pits. That's a really bizarre pit stop. Maybe he has some sort of issue going on. Porsches, just as I say, one of us might have a mechanical up here. The Porsche might be that first one doing it. All right, we'll get around Foyt. 6th gear here around the outside. Oh, he's not slow. Foyt is not slow in a straight line. You can see the two Penske's up there battling it out with Allenser Jr. Everybody's packed up. I think stuck behind Mario. Which happens. That tends to happen. 2.5 seconds off now. We're all really close. We got Dobson in front here. That's just not going to work. Unless I'm ahead. Really out to the edge there. Just be careful. Don't get too excited by gaining. Wow. Dobson really slammed on the brakes there. All right. 12 gallons. This first stint's been a lot. This whole race is going to be pretty hectic. I can feel it's not going to be one of those just run away, nice type of races. With the lap traffic and then battling for position here, it's going to be really, really close. Four seconds off, lost a little bit of time. Scott Goodyear in front. I can see Eddie Cheever up there. He's hard to pass. Some of the drivers do have more aggression. That's really what makes them hard to pass. So Eddie Cheever is a pretty aggressive driver. Car feels really good right now, though. I could have maybe gone for that move. What are we doing, Goodyear? Pick a side. I missed the opportunity to get around him on the straightaway here. Yeah, I really don't like the couple of passing zones that should be easy ones, like this first turn, the back straight. I really don't like them. I kind of like that. What was it, turn 6 right before the back straight? Turn 9 maybe? Sorry, not even to the first pit stop yet. Need to be nice and patient today. Slams on the brakes again. Got to get around Goodyear here. Been stuck behind him a whole lap. There he goes. Finally fades to the inside, able to get the run around the outside. Really have to chuck it into that fast corner there. It's quite sketchy as Cheever runs a bit wide. He's gonna have a decent run onto the front stretch though, and I'm gaining on him slightly. Really jump on the brakes there, up behind Boiselle now. I've lost a lot of time to the leaders just getting through this little pack. It's just such a narrow track, it's really hard to find your way around the lap traffic. Minute on the throttle. What is Boiselle doing? He's gonna ride in the middle of the road. Thanks. So I can get him like I got Cheever on the last lap. Man, not making it easy for me. Was that this year with Kirkwood and was it Grosjean? That hit there on the back section of the course, it's such a sketchy place. You're going so fast. All right, finally through that whole wad of traffic. It took me way too long. 10 seconds off the leader now. They're all packed up in a nice little pack together. And I've got 14 seconds to Rick Mears behind me, so it's really, I'm in a little hole here. But we're getting right towards the end of the stint. We'll see when everybody else pits, how we cycle through. Still very early in the race. But I need to hopefully gain a little bit of this time back. I've lost half a second on that lap. This track, it's so narrow. That's what makes it so difficult, specifically with the traffic. But even just riding alone and trying to make good time, it's a high risk track just for how narrow it is. Full race today. It's 104 laps, so we're a decent chunk into it now. 71 laps to go. We gained a little bit of time back that lap. And they are so close up front. Look out for them starting to swap positions because they're all within a second of each other. Want that curb. A little hot through the final corner there. All right, 9.7, reeling them back in, but really far off now. They might be stuck up behind some cars. Like I saw Bobby Rahal ahead. Bobby's not having a good race today. He was always good at this track. Won here a few times. All right, fuel lights on. That just scared me. So I no longer get the shift light, which I'm not really using today. I'm trying to be as easy as possible on the engine in this one. Make it through with no mechanical issues. That's the goal. Michael Andretti's out of the race, so I need all the points I can get. I'd love to finish. I'd love to win this one. But Alonso Jr., Danny Sullivan are so fast. Emo as well. Especially through the traffic. I'm just not able to do it as fast as they can. But I think I pretty much have fourth here, unless I make a big error or something. So I need to keep that in mind. All right, it's only going to be another 3 or 4 laps. Yeah, this track is really well done. It's quite nice. I'm not getting quite as close to the wall as you'd want to be because it's hard to keep it off the wall, if I'm honest. Catching Bobby, but might just catch up to him before I need to pit. Oh, Danny's in the pits. All right, that's good. I might get a couple laps here without them, just to get a little more time to him. I'm going to be on light fuel. He's on heavy fuel now. Mears in the pit as well. So Sullivan comes out 22 seconds behind. John Andretti's still out here. I'm very surprised by that. He took such an early pit stop, but probably had some kind of issue. So he's going to be off cycle now. I don't think he'll make it to the end on one more. So he's effectively kind of out of the race, unless there's a yellow flag. All right, leaders pit. Both in the pits. So I'm going to lead a lap at least, I think. Maybe do 2 more laps. I want to stretch this as far as I can because I'm light. I'm fast right now. I just have Ray Hall in front of me. He's not too slow. Understeer a little bit there. All right, I could do 1 more lap, I think. I'm going to catch Ray Hall at such a bad time here. Yeah, I got 1 more lap. It's going to be right on the ragged edge of the fuel stint, but hopefully I can... Oh, and he's going to pit. That's good. Hopefully I'm able to benefit a little bit from this. It's not going to reel him in all the way, but if I can get just a couple seconds even, it's going to be good. Come around, so I gotta pit this lap. I'm not gonna make it another lap. I gained a few seconds on him that lap. It might be because they were just getting their tires up to temp, but that's all gonna add up. I'm not gonna come out in front of them, but I might be slightly closer than I was. We'll come through the final series of corners up to the pits. Just a half gallon left in the tank. Thank God we have perfect fuel measurement. You would never go this close in real life. All right, first stall. Gotta be really careful getting in here. Try not to do it too slow. Made it through the first stint. It was not an easy one. I hope the stream's working for folks. I've not dropped a single frame, so it's not my internet. It's probably just YouTube being weird. So I apologize. Hopefully the replay of it's not messed up. But it's too good of a race to stop it now. All right, just roll down the pit lane. Don't break the 80-mile-an-hour speed limit. There we go. We're free. Oh, there goes Emo. I really caught up to him through that. Wow. That worked out really well. I wasn't quite able to jump Emo there, but I was close. All right, this is good. I mean, if I can do that again, it's going to even compound itself now because if we stay green, which I kind of wanted to do at this point, they're going to have to pit even earlier now. And if I can extend it another 2 laps, that's 4 laps on light fuel compared to their, coming out of the pits on heavier fuel. And I'll be able to short pit a little bit at the end. Oh, Jeff Wood, don't do that. That's going to ruin any advantage. Luckily able to recover that. All right, everybody should be done pitting now. Careful, I just got to keep doing what I'm doing. Might be able to get a top 3 out of this. A podium today, although it's not a win, that would be better than nothing. A lot better than nothing on a day like today. We'll come up the inside of Hero. That one, I know he's one of the slower cars, so I thought I'd try something there, but that was a bit sketchy. All right, so we're Emo and Emo's directly in front of me. We're chasing Allenser Jr., who he might be that next car up the road. Certainly not that far ahead of us. And then we're all a little bit behind Danny. Danny's really putting it in today. Remember, I'm on full fuel now. I got to be a little more careful. my voice has been all messed up lately. That's why I haven't made as many videos and stuff. I don't know what's happened to me. I'm very quick through the chicane. The problem is, if I'm right on him, I can't really pass him there. But I can gain there. Pulling in Emo. I think I'm actually a little quicker than Emo, but being a little quicker and getting around is something different. Right on him now. Yeah, this is all three of us. So this is second, third, and fourth on the road, right together. I might be able to get Emo into turn one if I'm right on his rear wing coming out of the final corner. So we'll see. I don't really need to change the bars. The car feels all right. Oh, I got a nice run on Emo there coming onto the backstretch. Get alongside him. This is a race for position here, up to third maybe. We're going to be neck and neck though. He's a little bit ahead. All right, save that stuff for the final lap. That's good though. That's encouraging. He knows I'm here. Yeah, just not quite fast enough to have this run. Try passing that. It's just zigzagging all over the place. Yeah, that just wouldn't have worked out to go side by side through that fast corner. If I'm a little ahead, maybe, but you saw what happened with Michael, and I wouldn't be surprised if that were to happen again with somebody else if we made the same move. So, but I am a bit faster coming onto this back section. But I have to go the longer way around, which doesn't help either. We're about the same top speed. Can't really see the corner when they're right in front of you. Right on the grass there. Trying to get a good run onto the front stretch. He's pulling away from me on the front stretch. It's frustrating. Then I'll really reel him in here and have to jump on the brakes even harder than I want to. All right, got to remember, I'm in fourth position right now. Michael Andretti is not scoring any points today. Going to do this lap after lap. Right around the outside. He's going to have that speed on me. I think that would be a really hard move to actually try to do. Wow, he's right here. Junior runs a bit wide in front. We're getting caught up, I think, to Mario. We're all losing out to Danny. Danny's really gone today. Just having that perfect race right now. Quite get that run this time. All up on the curbs and stuff. The curbs, they don't act like real curbs. They're really just more track that's banked weird, so it more or less just upsets the car more than anything. That's why it's kind of tricky to use them. They're very steep here too, most of them. All right, Mario in front, just being the normal chaos that he likes to be. Sneak up the outside of Mo. He got a really bad run. This is going to be not fun. Sorry, we're in preservation mode a little bit. I know you want to see me go for it, but we still have over half the race to go. John Andretti's gaining a little bit behind, but remember, I think he's going to have to pit twice. Yeah, I'm a little down on straight line speed, but I really feel like I need the downforce here. Could try to rip some wing off of it in the final pit stop. All right, Emma's going to get around Mario here. See if I can get Mario on the front stretch. Just get a nice run through the final corner. Mario's quite narrow there. There we go, up the inside of him. Oh, nicely does it. Thank you, Mario. First time this season. The old man's let me by. Yeah, there's so many mid to high speed corners here that you need the downforce for. I would be miserable in that final complex of corners after the backstretch if I didn't have the wings I do. So it's all a compromise. It does make the racing really difficult though, because these guys, they're fast on the straights and a little bit slower in the corners than me. But I don't think I'd be able to do the lap time with less wing. Right up the back of Mo again, but he's just got this awesome run here. "56 laps to go. We're still not even halfway. Getting close to it though. Traffic, it's Ari. Second place in the points here. But he's fallen a lap behind. It's not going to be easy to get around him. He's going to be fairly quick. Wow, they really were able to pull on that straight. I think the slipstream helps. Oh, Mo caught up behind Ari. Get up the inside of Mo. Accelerate onto the front stretch. He's going to have that straight line speed though. Side by side. Spectators would love it. So come down to turn one. Really late on the brakes there. Able to get in front of Mo, maybe side by side with him. It's just not going to work. That was sketchy. He broke really hard for turn one. All right, we got Guerrero in the mix as well, right up the back. Balancer Jr. Sneak up the inside of Mo here. As he gets caught up behind Ari. Get in front of him at least. So we'll head onto the back straight. Ari's going to be looking to get around Guerrero in front. We'll get alongside Ari. Do not like what's happening here. Sneak right in front of Ari and just kind of block the road a bit. All right, he's able to get in front of Mo, just dodging the traffic a little bit. It's risky. I am flirting with disaster right now. Some risks you got to take here and there. All right. Able to get in front of Guerrero. Then we got AJ Foyt. I'm actually really close to Al Unser Jr., but we are way behind Danny Sullivan now. AJ, what are we doing here? All right, AJ fades to the outside. Take that inside move. Hopefully can out-drag Brayton here on the backstretch. All right, there we go. Up the inside. Just going to get him before the corner. Just nice and smooth through here. I feel like I'm so gentle on all the controls, but it is a tricky track, this one. All right, Allenser Jr. directly in front of me now. So come across the line, losing time every lap. We're losing time to Danny Sullivan. He's just a madman today. But race for second is very much alive, and hopefully we can put some time on Mo and just forget about him. We got over a half tank of fuel, so we got a lot of laps before we're going to need to pit. These guys, if we stay green, they should have to pit before me, and we want to watch for about 40 to go. That's when my fuel window opens. So if we get a yellow flag, before, or right around 40 to go or later, we can definitely make it to the end. Yeah, we don't have to worry about John. He might cane us, but I think he's got to pit twice. He had some kind of mechanical issue early on. He jumped in the pits on like lap 20, so there's no way he's going to make it to the end on one more. All right, gained a second on Sullivan. So let's just hope that happens a whole bunch. Yeah, we're about half tanks. Yeah, John's going to be quick. You're right. John's quick because he doesn't have much fuel. Gaining another pack of traffic. Last time through it was hard to get around Goodyear. We'll see how it is this time. But I am sticking with Unser Jr. here, and we are pulling away from Mo, but he might be able to catch us with this traffic now. Over halfway, though. We've made it. Wow, Unser Jr. so slow there. Mo's going to be right on me if we don't do this quickly. Mo's going to be looking for a way around Goodyear. Here comes, or Unser's going to be looking for a way around Goodyear. Here comes Mo behind me. Yeah, Unser Jr. is going to do my move. Oh, Goodyear. It's the second time he's done that to me. Get around the outside of him, though. Flat out. Should be able to just get him here before the corner. Hit the red line there just a little bit. Whoa, Unser Jr. caught up behind, I think, Dobson. Get up the inside. Maybe 3 wide down the front stretch. On the far inside, but maybe I can brake quite late here. So come down to turn 1. Unser Jr.'s got a bit of a run. Whoa, we'll brake heavy. He's going to squeeze me. Here comes Dobson behind me as well. Just able to stay in front of him. It's so tight. I was just in front of Unser Jr. at the line there, but he was able to get me back through that. All right, we got Boiselle now. This is why we caught Sullivan for a couple laps, I think. Yeah, I know. I gotta be careful. I just don't know. I don't know how that would work out. It's just gonna put me right back a little bit. Sneak up the inside of Boiselle here through the fast corner. Easy does it. Whoa, that was sketchy. Jeff Wood then is going to just run out to the outside. Thank you. Right back to him. Just like that. It goes from losing a whole bunch to being right with him. Hero, what are we doing? Him again there. It's a little less sketchy this time. I'm experienced now at getting around Hero into turn 3. right, through all that, I'm about where I was on Unser Jr. before the traffic. Yeah, we're well over halfway now. It is quite nail-biting. It's any second, it's just I could anticipate the wrong move from the other cars, and it would be quick to end. Well, there's a car in the pits I saw. Maybe some of the DNF cars. I don't know. I feel like I hadn't seen them before though. All right, 48 laps to go. Fittipaldi's not too far off, 2 seconds now. But luckily he wasn't able to get back around me through all that. A little bit late on the brakes there. You just don't want to yank it in if you're late on the brakes. You can spin out quite easily. I don't think I lost too much though. Shifting to a fake 7th gear that I don't have. I think I'm quicker than Unser Jr. I just got to figure out the right way to do this. The right combination of AI, lapped cars, and everything. In real life, these cars would have been an H pattern, but IndyCar 2 is only sequential, so I'm on the sequential stick. All right, catching up to another pack. Got Bettenhausen. Mr. Jr.'s going to try to get around Bettenhausen here, but it's a little far behind. This could hold him up. Nah, he's going to do it. Get that little extra burst of speed at the end of the straight that I don't. Wow, Bettenhausen, you're so slow. Get around him on the front stretch here. Down to T1. This stays all over the place. Oh, come on, Didier. Every time I pass a car, it's like excruciating. All right, under half tank of fuel. So we should make it about another 18 laps or so, I'd say. I'll have to start thinking about how much fuel we can put in it on the final stop. I want to put about as little as possible. And as long as I have over 20 gallons of fuel, then taking tires is basically free. So we will absolutely take tires. We're going to take tires no matter what. Get up the inside of Jeff Wood, though. 45 laps to go. I think we'll need like 30 gallons of fuel. So we're not going to have a pure quick stop, but it'll be a bit quicker than normal. Yeah, I mean, on a track like this, you wouldn't expect, especially in this era, to have many cautions. It's only if the track is actually blocked. They wouldn't have thrown yellows typically for like a broken down car or anything like that. So it's really only if there's a hazard on the track itself that they would have thrown a yellow back in this time. So the sim's pretty realistic to it. I would assume Andretti's crash was large enough that they would have thrown a yellow flag. He went off pretty heavy here into the wall on the left side, so. But that might be the only yellow today, unless something changes towards the end. We can just about at that point where we could make it to the end right now with saving. So if a yellow did come out, we would pit, but we would have to save fuel a bit. Oh, over rev just slightly there. Careful of that. I've been pretty good so far today on the gears, but I think that's my second over rev of the race. 44 laps to go. You're right. appreciate folks that have stuck with it so far. Hopefully the stream's a bit better. I haven't heard anybody saying anything about it, but it's been a good race so far. I try to get the second position. I think Danny's going to be out of reach. Just going to have to hope for a mechanical failure or something. But second place here, very much up for grabs. Unser Jr. directly in front of me. Fittipaldi's fallen off a little bit, but he's definitely not out of things. John Andretti behind him is going to have to pit very soon. He might be saving fuel, though, so maybe he will take it on one more stop. Ooh, bit heavy. A bit late coming into turn one. All right, there he goes. Just as I say it, into the pits. So, with a lot of fuel saving, you could make it to the end, but I think he's going to pit again right at the end of the race. Well, glad YouTube decided to sort itself out. All right. We got a race on our hands today. I thought coming into this, because I was looking at last season's race, that it was just going to be one of them potential races where I could just run away with it. Not that we've ever had that, but I thought it might happen today, but it's been anything but that. This has been a crazy race so far, and I hope I can get to the end of it, and I hope I can get up to second here, just hounding Unser Jr. for the position. I'm able to close up so much through the chicane, but then the rest of the lap, he's just slightly quicker than me. Steering there. Now, if everything goes like I think it will, I'll imagine Unser Jr. to pit a little bit before I do. And he'll have to, take a little bit more fuel, but he'll also be slower for a few laps. And with this type of gap, this is absolutely the type of gap where you can overcut somebody. So tires really aren't that big of an issue on the road circuits. They don't wear nearly as much as maybe they should even. So you really get a huge benefit from being on light fuel. And so if I can do 3 or 4 laps on light fuel while he's on heavy fuel, I think I'll be able to get around him through the pit stop. So I'm almost inclined to not risk anything and just stay right where I am, because I should be able to jump him on the pit stop. It's exactly the reason why why they don't like refueling and racing these days, because a lot of cars would do something like this where they just wait for the stop to make the pass. But it is not as risky to do, especially where we're so similar in speed. Unless he makes a mistake somewhere or gets bottled up behind a lapped car, I just don't know where I'll get around him. Send it, of course. You would want me to send it, but I want to finish the race. The last few races, I really need a good result here. I'd expect him to pit maybe in like 6 laps or so. We're actually gaining just a little bit on Sullivan. It's probably just traffic. I wouldn't get too excited. John Andretti's over a minute behind us now. He's going to go a lap down here in a minute. Just hit the grass there. He saw it started to spin on me. Pulled into 10 seconds. I wonder if Danny's caught up behind John, and John's really trying to stay on the lead lap. Come on. We have a few laps of this. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Don't get too excited. Just stay on the track. Rick Mears gets around. Oh, there's definitely a wad of cars somewhere. I hope we don't have to find him. Down a couple gears there. Yeah, no force feedback in the game. It's all your eyes. How you perceive it. 7.9 seconds now. We're absolutely catching him. I think I see Rocket Rick up there. It might be Bobby, but this is really changing things. I don't know what's happened to Sullivan. He's caught somewhere. Little wad of cars. That is Bobby Rahal. I think I see Emo behind me. I'm catching Unser, or I'm losing Unser here a little bit right at the end of the stint. He is on lighter fuel than me, just by a few laps. But he's going to get caught up here with these guys. All right, this is going to make things interesting. He's going to get up the inside of Rahal. Expect if I was him, pitting would not be the worst idea. 6.4 seconds. Oh man, 6.4 seconds is a very close gap now. Went from like 15. Ah, Bobby, what are we doing? We're just not going to be able to do it there. It's so tight. He's up behind Guerrero. I think Guerrero's probably a few more laps down than Bobby is. So he's trying to lap Guerrero. I'm trying to lap him. Sneak up the outside maybe, but it's going to bottle me up here. Oh, here comes Emo behind me now. All right, just stay calm. Get up the inside of Rahal at least. So we come down to the chicane. Ooh, Guerrero, what are we doing? Get around him on the outside. I did not try to do that. I was just trying to stay behind him. Oh my God, Rahal. Wheel to wheel. Get onto the front stretch though. That was way too tight. Did not like that. Lost a lot of time there to the leaders. Here comes Rahal looking to pass me here. Emo as well, kind of blocking. Just be nice and careful here. This is an easy time to ruin things. Try to line Guerrero up for turn 9. I think that's a good idea. As long as he's not going to go for the pass on Jeff Wood in front, or Dean Hall in front of him. Come on, he is. Stand on the brakes there. Would have locked him up in real life. All right, Guerrero fades. Get alongside him. This is like a repeat of last lap. Send it up the inside of Dean Hall. Got to do it when you got to do it. Finally get myself rid of all that. King Hero will just dive bomb him. All right, AJ Foyt then. That was a really tricky traffic group, but I lost like 5 seconds to Unser Jr. through it. It's going to throw my pit plan out the window. I don't know if I'm going to make a 5 seconds with the overcut. dive underneath AJ, though. All right, we're getting down to it. I really hope they pit soon. The next lap or two would be ideal. Really maximize the fuel difference. Oh, there he goes. Just as I say it, Sullivan's in the pits. Mr. Jr. takes the lead just for the lap here. He's going to stay out a lap longer than Sullivan. All right, Sullivan does not have a DNF. I was wishing a little bit that we would see that, but Sullivan's out of the pits. So Sullivan's made his final pit stop now. He's behind me, but not for long. See if I can pull out from him just a little bit here for these last few laps. Need to get in front of Scott Brayton in front of me. I'll be able to get him here. Just try to line him up for the backstretch. There we go. Nice exit. A little bit too nice. Had to choke the throttle there just a second. All right, around the outside, long way. Down to the corner. All over the curbing just to get in front. Rick Mears is pitting. Alonso Jr. stays out. It's not good. Not good for my plan. Pulled in on him just a little bit. He's up in some traffic here. It's a little bit hot there into the chicane. All right, it's starting to get to that point in the race where I could make just silly driving mistakes. So I got to stay on the black stuff. We got to start thinking about how much fuel I want to take at the pit stop. I think I need about 30 gallons. I'm using a little over 1 gallon a lap. $30 gallons would definitely save some time on pit road. I think Unser Jr. in the pits now. All right, this is the time to hammer down. Unfortunately, I've got a couple lapped cars. It's John Andretti in front. We know he's not slow. This is when I really needed clear track. Sullivan's 17 seconds off. I'm pulling away from him, but not a lot. We're going to jump Andretti there. He's on heavier fuel, so I'm able to make slightly more of an aggressive move on him. We got Boiselle in front, who had a lot of trouble the first time getting around. To follow him here through the end of the lap. Just going to be careful of cars pitting or coming out of the pits now. All right, we'll come across the line. What do we got to go? 30 laps to go. Yeah, I think I'll be good with 30 gallons of fuel. It's a little bit more than I need, but better be safe than run out on the final lap. For those of you that caught my iRacing stream the other night. Got to remember to take fuel when you pit. That's an important part of racing. All right, we got to do the laps of my life here. Just don't throw it away, but try to do solid, good qualifying laps. I hope I can get 2 more laps out of it. We'll see. Probably only 1 more, unfortunately. Really a lot of curbing there. Quite aggressive. Yeah, 20 gallons of fuel is about the same amount of time as tires, so this is going to be so close to the 2 more laps. But I am just about to catch a gaggle of lapped cars, so we might pit this lap. The crew will be ready. Will he come in this lap or next lap? A bit wide there, come on. I've got over a gallon when I pass the pit entrance. I'm going to go another lap, but I think I'm going to be just short of that. And I don't want to run out of fuel. That would be silly. Even if I could probably coast in, it's not a good idea to throw the whole race away now. A little bit wide there. Now we got to pit. We got to pit. I would have run out just as we got here. No! Oh no! I run past the pit. Pit guys. Oh, it was such a bad entrance. That got rid of all my advantage. Oh, I'm so upset about that. All right, just focus. I can get a podium here still. Just don't speed. I don't think I sped. I just totally missed the braking for the stall. That's so upsetting. There goes Sullivan by. How much closer could I have been? I could have maybe even been in front of him. I think I'm still going to be in front of Unser Jr. All right, nice and easy. We've got a totally different feeling car now. That's so disappointing. I'm going to be very upset if that cost me the win here, because we are not far behind Sullivan now. So just under 30 laps to go. We're through the final pit stop. Should have just enough fuel to make it to the end. And we are not far behind the leader. We'll see next time by what the gaps are to third, fourth place. But hopefully we can just focus forward and see if I can actually have a little speed on Sullivan here. A little bit wide there. I've got full fuel again, or heavier fuel, so I got to be careful until the tires really come in. All right, Dobson, slide to the outside. I am very close to Sullivan. He's caught up behind Bettenhausen. We'll come across the line. This is the fight for the win. 0.4 seconds off. We'll outbrake Bettenhausen into the chicane. Try not to hit Sullivan. Be easy to do. All right, game on. Unser Jr. somehow 6 seconds back. I really jumped him through the pit stop cycle. If I hadn't missed the pit entrance or the crew guys, I could have been in front of him, I think. Understeer right to the edge of the track there. Just slowly feed the accelerator on. I maybe could have jumped up the inside. All right. Sullivan is not as fast as he was for some reason. He's maybe having an issue. Got to run on him on the backstretch. He's going to have that top speed, though. Nice and easy. I'm really aggressive on the wheel right now. All right, we're coming up to King Hero. Oh, he's going to go in the pits. That's good. All right, it's a straight fight now. No lap traffic for a little bit. 26 laps to go. I hope I have enough fuel. Did I actually short fill? It should be good. Based on the fuel numbers, it should be good. This first gear here, I'm having a lot of trouble with understeer there. You can see it. I need to be quick there because that's a potential pass coming into this corner. Worried about the fuel suddenly. A little bit too fast there. Come on. A nice run out of the final corner. If I'm close enough here, I could go for the dive bomb into turn one. 25 laps to go. Dash is telling me 23 laps of fuel. Why? Yeah, he's not as fast anymore. Something has happened to his car. And it's my turn to take the advantage of it. Jump up the inside here, really wide. Push him right to the edge of the track. There we go. All right, stay in front down the backstretch. Try to make my car as wide as possible. Yeah, he's actually pretty far back. Yellow flag. What? Whoa, ammo's out. Oh my God, this race has got everything. All right, let's catch up to the pace car. We'll watch what happened to him. It's really going to throw the rhythm of this thing. What happened to Emo? I mean, that's good for the championship for me. This race has got everything. All right, we'll catch up to the pace car here. 24 laps to go. Okay, well, this cures the fuel concern. Yeah, actually, that's good. And I just need to concentrate on the restart now, I think. Calm myself down a little bit. I think I was going to be tight on fuel, but I was hoping I could have got around Sullivan there and then maybe get a little lead and then be careful. Oh my God, this race has got everything. That's going to get John Andretti back up to us too, which is a little worrying. All right. Let's see what happened to old Emerson Fittipaldi. Mario, there's Ryan. We'll find. Well, he's not going to be in, so we'll wait to see when the yellow flag came out. Never a dull moment. These races are so good. Where is Mo? Oh, he had a crash. What turn is that? Okay, he's through. So it's like turn 3. So he got through the chicane all right, coming into turn 3 then. He just loses it. Set the brakes on the back of the car. Into the wall. Emo's race is over. All right. Not much to do now. We're just going to save fuel here under the yellow flag for a couple laps. And then got to get amped back up to really get a good restart. I need like that start I had when we were at Detroit. John Andretti's going to pit. That's good for him. He's going to... I don't think he'll be able to battle with us because he's going to get through all of the traffic behind. But he will be able to finish the race in the top 5 for the Porsche. I've reignited your passion for IndyCar. Or maybe IndyCar in the glory years. This is so good. Whatever happens from this point on, this race has been amazing today. And I can win it. Sullivan does not seem fast for some reason. I think I was pulling away from Unser Jr. as well. Maybe I'm on a little bit better of a fuel situation than they are. Just the lightness of the car, but this is my race to win now. I gotta seal the deal. See if we get the 2 to go or the 1 to go here. Kind of want them to leave it with as few laps to go as possible because, yeah, we'll have at least 2 more yellow laps just to purely save more fuel, but also reduce the amount of lap traffic I'm going to have to wind my way through at the very end. Yeah, that's why it is kind of crazy how modern this game feels. And I think it's because, like, the actual racing, not the driving, not the graphics, obviously, but the racing has not progressed that much since these days, and it maybe has even gone backwards in a lot of ways. Thank you, Alpha. I think you're quite a bit behind, Alpha. But yeah, in racing sims, like the actual running a race, I don't think has gotten any better since this time. That's why I'm so excited if that rendition emulator comes out, because we could maybe make the sim look a little nicer. And I know that is a barrier to entry for some folks. I don't blame you. It is not the easiest to look at, but there's so much good happening here. Yeah, the boost doesn't really do anything under yellow because you'll see I'm only at 30 boost. 31 boost right now. It's basically how hard I'm pressing the throttle and spooling the boost up. So even though I have it on 1, it's not really going to reduce the boost that much. Only if you're running flat out does it make an effect. Yeah, I got to be ready for the restart. We got at least 1 more lap of yellow before the restart. I appreciate y'all tuning in today. I'm sorry the stream has been kind of weird. YouTube having some issues, but it seems like it maybe has gotten a bit better now. So let's hope it lasts from here to the end, because I think this is going to be a good finish. Hopefully I just run away with things. All right, should get it here. 1 to green. All right, next time by we'll go green. It'll be 21 laps to go. Should have plenty of fuel to make it now. Just need to try to get the jump on Danny through the chicane here, and then hopefully I can pull away from him. Well, if anybody's curious about playing this game, I did do a while back an install tutorial for how I play it. So that's I think it's in the description of this. Yeah, no real need to save any fuel now. We'll run full boost here on the start. This would be the first win this season. It's been a tough season. Last season we ran on arcade damage, so you could get away with hitting things here and there, but this year we've been running on the realistic damage with realistic breakdowns, and so it's been ultra punishing. I think that's what everybody wanted, but it's going to make a win. Well, I don't want to think about it now. I'm not thinking about it yet. Tires do go cold during the yellow, and it's going to be a little tricky here. That's been an issue on the ovals especially. If you watch Nazareth last season, I had such a hard time for the first 3 or 4 laps after yellows, and I don't think it'll be as much of an issue here, but it's still something to think about. All right, boost is up. Pace car is going to go in, and hoping for the best start of my life, best restart. Remember, in the initial start, these guys got a jump on me, but it's single file now. It's a little bit easier. We'll come out of the final corner. There it is, green flag. We'll run down to T1. We're just past the 3 marker. Hit the brakes. Down to second gear. Get it nicely through. All right, got the start. Now just run away. Sullivan not far behind. He's got Rick Mears, I think, behind him. That wouldn't make sense. Oh yeah, Rick's a lap down, so that's probably what it is. All right, onto the back stretch. I don't think Sullivan's close enough to try a move or anything. You can just see him there in the rear view. Yeah, it's a little sluggish there. You can feel in the high-speed corners the tires being lower on pressure. They'll come back. They'll come back to me, though. I think I've got the speed on them. I just need to do the laps. 20 laps to go. We'll probably still catch some lap traffic towards the end here if it stays green the rest of the way. Station just a little bit. I think I'm slightly ahead of him this lap compared to last. If I can just pull out a nice little gap, that would be good before we hit the lapped cars. $19 laps to go. Hot there through the chicane. I pulled out half a second. Just need to do that every lap. Half a second. Understeering there. Nice and tidy through the last corner. Wasn't as good of a lap, but we'll stick to it. What am I doing here? Still pulled out another 4/10. All right, this is good. Just nice and smooth. Don't do anything too abrupt. Just got to take advantage of this clean track while I have it. wait for it in that corner. To maximize the exit here. Slid a little bit that time. Just being nice and good on my shifts, right on the 12,000. Yeah, it's no 7th gear. I'm lucky. I think I've pulled for 7th gear almost every lap. Right out to the edge. Just be careful with that. "17 laps to go. .8 seconds now. This is good. It's looking really good. I just got to keep doing it. I want as big of a gap as possible so that when we get to the lap traffic, I can be careful with them. You've seen how quickly we've been able to scoop up 10 seconds on a car just from traffic and everything. So it's anything I can have on them is going to be useful. Don't want to rest just yet. Hopefully it's not much traffic, but we'll see. I always hear Paul Page in my head. To go. Do we think he pronounces Axelson's name right? Good question, because he always said Jacques Villeneuve's name like Villeneuve. Jacques Villeneuve. Instead of Villeneuve, which I think is how most folks say it. Or at least that's how they said it in Formula One. Oh, I missed the turning just a little bit there. I gotta be careful here. Jacques Villeneuve. So I don't know how he says Axelson. The rest are wrong. All right. I always liked how he said it. When I was younger, Jacques Villeneuve in Indycar is my favorite. 94, 95, I was really always rooting for him. We didn't really get Formula One on TV then. So when he left for Formula One, I didn't really get to see like the 96, 97 season or 95. Or, yeah, 96, 97. But I've since gone back to watch it. Yeah, I'm not going to pretend to do a Murray Walker. I'll leave that for somebody that lives on the other side of the pond. All right, 14. 4.2 seconds now. I messed that corner up a little bit. It's all right. Just get back in the groove. It's been clear sailing so far. I don't know when we're going to catch the cars, but I have to think we'll catch some lap traffic before the end of this thing. It's okay, I've been passing them all race. I know how to do it. And with 5 seconds behind me, I have a little bit of time to be careful, to do it at the right spots on the track. They've also got to pass the same cars that I do, if and when we catch them. So definitely have the speed on them. It's mostly just going to be the lap traffic now. Can I keep it on the road for the 13 laps to go? And then when we catch the lap traffic, can I get around them in decent time while still being safe? Danny does pull it up on me just a little bit there. So I did mess up this section last time. He's going to miss the first apex, get the second one just like that. Get down a second here. Very late apex here because you want to be on the right side of the road. Right up to the white line on the inside. Wait for it, wait for it. There we go. Accelerator up to third for just a moment. Back down to second. And try to get the best exit of your life through here. This is the whole back section now. To go. The laps take forever now. Somehow we've done almost 100 laps at this point, and it feels like these laps are the longest in the race. There they are. All right, we're catching the lap cars now. Oh, I thought that was a really good lap, but Danny matched me. So he's getting a little quicker again, just in time for us to hit the lap traffic. He's maybe saving a little bit. Maybe he had to save some fuel. He's going to come back and try to get this win. I need to do the lap cars. Hopefully I catch them in a good spot, but I got to get around them nice and efficiently. Yeah, this track has changed a little bit these days. It's mostly the same, but the chicane is much tighter now, unfortunately, I think. And then the right-hander that leads onto the backstretch is super wide these days, basically made to be a passing corner. We're going to catch him this lap. It's Jeff Wood at the very back. Jeff Wood, Dean Hall, and Hero. Just who I need right now. We got a little bit of space between them, which is good. Hopefully I can get Jeff here. Turn 9. Going to get held up just a little bit. We'll try to jump him here coming down. All right, get up the inside. There we go. This first one. Danny's back to 3.8 behind. We'll have a good run on Dean Hall here on the back stretch. Get up the left side of him. All right, this is working out. I should be able to get Hero on the front stretch. I just got to hope Danny gets caught up a little bit more. I got caught up a little bit, like here. Just got to wait for it. Oh, right to the grass there. Be careful. All right, onto the front stretch. We'll get alongside Hero. We'll be able to outbrake him into turn 1. Danny's closed up a lot, but he's got to get around them too. And I think he's going to have a harder time of it through this section. I'm not letting Danny by me. It's not happening today. If he catches me, I'm going to be defending for my life. This race has been so tricky. So many times where I could have had a massive accident. Almost had one on like the first lap with Andretti. All right, we'll see. I think Danny got caught up in those guys. 9 laps to go, less than 10 laps. We got another gaggle in front of me here. 5.2, all right. Nearly doubled my lead that lap. Just the lap traffic, he got caught up in it. I didn't. Got AJ Foyt in front of me now. Gonna be a little too far back to do the dive bomb here, but I should get him on the back straight. He's not getting creative with his lines. There we go. Thanks, AJ. That's like an experienced driver. He knows what he's doing. Lets a guy by. We had a run in last season in Toronto, but this season we've been all good, I think. Oh, little slide there. Hands are sweating now. Need the gloves. All right, 8 laps to go. Just careful, pick them off one by one. Got a little bit of time to Sullivan, not much. It's 4.5 now. All right, Days in front. Oh, Days. pretty quick. I think he's actually catching Guerrero, so he's thinking about making moves. Oh, really close to his tire. Able to get him. Gonna catch Guerrero right at the end of the straight, of course. Whew. Hold your breath. All right, Brayton in front now. Get around Brayton. 7 laps to go. There's a lot of traffic here. This is like a nightmare. Pick them off. Sullivan's 2.7 back somehow. He's got to get those two guys, though, so hopefully this changes this lap. I don't see him in my mirrors yet. It's almost harder than, getting through the traffic at the end of the race. In real life, they would just pull over for you at this point, But Glazell, no trickery this time. Hit the inside. Gallons of fuel. Car's going to be real dicey here towards the end. 6 laps to go. 4.1 seconds on him. Lost a bit, or gained a bit that time. Stuck up behind Goodyear now. I really don't like passing into this corner. I think that's only reserved for the slowest cars. Inside of Goodyear, got it on the curves. That was a little awkward. Get around him though. All right, 2 more here, and I think there's a little gap finally. Try to line these guys up for the front stretch. Dobson, Bettenhausen. Up the inside of Dobson. 5 laps to go. I can see him there just a second in my mirror. Sullivan, he's charging. But I got to get in front of Bettenhausen here. And then try to put the pedal down. I got some clean road ahead. Inside of Bettenhausen. All right, onto the backstretch. Clean run now. Hopefully from here to the end. To go. There he is. I can see him in the mirror. 1.9 seconds off. last lap. Danny's right on me now. Wide. It's right there. Big defensive line just a little bit. All right, trying to get a good run here. All right, I got a good run. I just got to get through this final complex. Second gear. Oh my God, what a race. Come to the line, first win of the season. And it wasn't easy. It was a very hard race, but I get the win. There he goes. Almost hits me coming by. What a race. What a race. If you ever wanted to know why I play this old game, it is this. I have never, even online racing, I don't get the same thrill of this very often. This is why this is so good. I shut up there for the last few laps because if I threw it away then, that would have been so bad. Not only did I just win the race, Michael Andretti finished dead last today. Oh, Josh, thank you. Thank you so much. Awesome drive. I mean, I don't think I made too many errors, if any. I was very, very cautious for a lot of it. And dare I say, I don't think I was that much quicker, if at all, from Danny. He was so fast at the end. But traffic, I was able to pull away from him right after the green. But then he was quick, and I think I was doing, I don't know what my lap times were. I wasn't watching it, but I think they were some of the best laps I've done all day. And the traffic does not make it easy. Yeah, I think my biggest mistake was the pit stop. Yeah, it's like the wheel-to-wheel racing is terrible in this, but the race itself is so good. Oh, one golfing, thank you, and welcome, Luis. Thank you for a membership for somebody else. Yeah, I mean, I think I was doing as good of laps as I could possibly do there at the end, and was able to get the win. Let's get the music going. Time to celebrate. There it is. I'm going to enjoy it for a second. That win feels so much more significant than any of the wins I had last season. Just for the fact that it's so hard to get. That was not an easy race. If you would have told me in the first stint that I could win it, I would have expected there then to have been some car failures or something in front of me because they seemed so fast, but I was able to make some time up. The pit stop strategy came in. The yellow flags worked out for me. The losing streak is over, and we will have gained 20 points at least. 21 points at least on Michael. All right, let's look at everything. Yes, the team is celebrating. I love the guy that all the way on the right with his... Yep, confirming, boss, that we won the race. Feels good. Feels good. Who knew that an offline game that's almost 30 years old at this point, or sorry, over 30 years old at this point, no, just about, could be this fun. But these are the results, the final results from the race. Danny Sullivan, looks like Alistair Jr. is going to have led the most laps, but I win. That's the most important part. We had 4 cars finish on the lead lap. That's a lot for these races. But I led 30 laps, very close. It was very, very evenly split race between the 3 of us. Danny Sullivan, though, put it on the pressure at the end. He was probably a bit quicker there, but he just ran out of laps to do it. Wasn't able to get through the traffic fast enough to catch back up to me. Lost too much right on the start. But winning ahead of Danny Sullivan, Alistair Jr. in 3rd position. John Andretti, despite the issues early on, he gets a lead lap finish. And finishes in 4th. Ahead of Rick Mears. Arie Luyendyk back in 6th. Hey, despite him being quite a ways off, he's still going to do pretty well with points. Bobby Rahal then in 7th. Didier Thays. Dobson from 15th on the grid gets that 9th place finish. Scott Goodyear finishes back in 10th from Raul Boesel. So Scott Goodyear, last car in the top 10. 4 laps down. Raul Boesel ahead of Scott Brayton, Roberto Guerrero, AJ Foyt, and Jeff Wood. Tony Bettenhausen finishing back in 16th. Hiro Matsushita in 17th. And I think Dean Hall's going to be our last runner in 18th position. Ahead of Mario Andretti with an engine failure after 84 laps. Who didn't see that? That might have been when I saw the pits that there were cars in there that I wasn't expecting. Maybe. Emerson Fittipaldi, though, we saw his accident. Kind of a crazy one, but that's going to really shake up points as well. A wheel bearing for Teo Fabi in the other Porsche. Eddie Cheever with an oil pump issue. Mike Groff with an engine issue. Lewis then an engine issue. And then Michael Andretti, 25th place finish, last place with the accident on lap 1. That one will be part of the highlight reel for a long time. It felt like the longest race of my life, but it was just an hour 51 minutes. I appreciate everybody sticking with me through that. Hour 51. 2 cautions. It was a really good race. Doesn't get much better than that. All right, and so we'll look at the points and everything. I pick up 21 points, and Sullivan's going to get the extra. Or no, Unser Jr. gets the extra point for leading the most laps. So the championship results at this point. That gets me into firm 2nd position. Still, though, 5 points ahead of Unser Jr., but I've got an extra top 5, and that's what's done it. 3 poles as well. I'm really racking them up. I'm racking them up here, but what does that put me now? 28 points behind. Hey, all it's going to take is at least one more race like that. One more race like that, and maybe I could catch up to Michael. But we've seen it happen now, and that's going to make things really interesting. So it's less one-sided than it was. It's still, Michael's still got a heck of a lead, but we'll see. We'll see how things progress. We saw it happen here today. And next up, we'll be heading to Cleveland, the airport circuit. We still got 3 more road races. Cleveland and then 2 street tracks, Meadowlands and Toronto, which I can't even think of doing those right now. But hopefully Cleveland goes well for me as well. Finally getting the first win on the season, though. And yeah, a lot of racing to go until we get to the old Michigan International Speedway for the 500 there, which will be very exciting. But I appreciate everybody tuning in today. Thank you for sitting through the stream issues. Hopefully the playback itself is solid if anybody wants to go back and rewatch it. But man, the sim keeps delivering. It's one of the most fun things I do. Despite its age, it still holds up so well. So I appreciate you all jumping in today. And I'll be back hopefully soon with something else and some more IndyCar 2. But until then, have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you all for watching.